China is finally being exposed, and it's pretty exciting. I want to talk about it because it's something I've talked about for a long time, but many people don't believe me. And it kind of feels good to see all this coming out because it's really interesting. So obviously, what I'm talking about is in the last couple of months, many people have been traveling to China. And many of these foreigners that are traveling to China are putting out videos. And the videos they're putting out are about how impressive China is. And so this is something I've been talking about for, last couple of years since I've really started to focus more on kind of these bigger topics around China instead of just traveling. So I've been seeing all these videos come out in the last 4 or 5 months. Basically around springtime is when they really started to pop up in my feed. So I'm obviously on YouTube a lot and I'm watching videos, and because of the content that I watch, I end up getting all these travelers who are coming to China. And many of them are from the UK or from Europe. Many countries in Europe are now able to travel to China visa-free. So this is a policy that was enacted basically at the beginning of the year, where many countries are now getting visa-free access to China. So before, it was kind of a hassle to travel to China. And it still is for many people, obviously, especially Americans. But for many people in Europe, and then also some Asian countries, I think Malaysia and Thailand now have a 15-day visa-free policy. So if you're thinking about coming to China, you should definitely check out what the policy is, because you might be able to travel here visa-free for about 15 days, which is obviously boosting foreign tourism here. And one of the consequences is China's being exposed for being a pretty awesome country. A lot of these travel vloggers or families that, travel and make video or put content out, some on Instagram, some on TikTok, some on YouTube, are coming here, and they're coming to the different cities like Chongqing or Shanghai or Beijing, and they're filming what they see. And what they see is a pretty modern society. You have high-speed trains, you have modern buildings, you have clean streets, you have friendly people. And this is kind of going in the face of everything that they've been told by their local media, whatever country they're coming from. Most of these are Western countries, so most of them have been putting in their media that China is this terrible country, and that, Chinese people are suffering, and that basically China is about to fall apart at any moment, and it's just a matter of time. What's being exposed is that their media has been lying to them. They come here and they see the public transportation, whether it's the subways or the trains or the buses, or even the shared bikes, things that they don't have in their own country. They see that they can leave their belongings at a cafe and they won't get stolen. They see that there is a general level of civility. It's not beggars and poor people everywhere. And they see that the middle class has grown a lot here in China. You can see that by the cars on the streets. You can see that by the way that people spend money, the bags that they have, the clothing that they have. And it's changing their perspective on China. And you can see it in their videos, because most of them are like, what's going on? Well, this is not what I expected. And many of their titles are, China is not what we expected, and things like that. Obviously a bit clickbaity, but then when you watch the videos, they are genuinely surprised that China is literally that, what I've been saying and what many other people that have lived here for a long time have been saying and showing in our videos is actually true. And this is like, whoa, what? I can't believe this is actually true. I thought those people were lying. And so it's really good, because I think this is a great, shift, and also kind of a media win for China. By allowing foreigners to come here and actually see it with their own eyes, they're showing that, hey, we have built a society, we have built cities, we've built a way of life that is pretty good. And when you're comparing that back to the UK or Canada or the United States or many parts of Europe that are struggling, these people are saying, oh, wow, this is not what I expected. And I've talked to so many foreigners who live here permanently now or long term, and that's always the same thing. They say, when I first arrived, I did not expect it to be like this. And so, for anybody who's hating, for anybody that is saying China is this terrible place, I challenge them to just come here and spend 2 weeks. You know, if you can get that 15-day visa, it's 2 weeks basically, come here for 2 weeks, travel around, go to 2 or 3 different cities, and see for yourself. Because I've always been a big proponent of traveling. Obviously, that was the whole reason I came in the beginning. I just stayed because I liked it, and because of Yvonne, which I also liked. But, you know, I stayed, but the original goal was to travel, right? When you travel, you see things with your own eyes. You verify yes or no. Is this real or is this fake? And a lot of people will say, oh, well, if you only go to the big cities, yada, 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 whatever. Wherever you go, whichever country you go to the big cities, right? You go to the sites that are impressive. So if you are still saying China can't be great because it's communist or because your media has told you that it isn't great, I say just come. The worst that can happen is it confirms what you already believe, and you've wasted 2 weeks of your life and a little bit of money, and you can come back and say, yep, I was right. I thought China was terrible, and it is terrible. Or, like all of these travelers that are coming here, you might actually be surprised, and you might actually say, whoa, why isn't my government building all these infrastructure projects, right? Why doesn't my city have a good subway system that's clean and efficient? Why doesn't my country have trains that can take me to any part of my country that are on time and that are clean and that are high speed? Why don't we have efficient apps that can get things delivered within minutes and don't cost a fortune, right? Maybe you'll come here and be surprised, and I suspect you will be, because even when I came, 14 years ago, and China was very different 14 years ago. There was no high-speed train. There was no WeChat. There was no Waimai or delivery or any of the apps that I use today. And I was still impressed. So I think that if I was to come to China today, having never been here, I would be completely blown away. And that's what we're seeing with many travelers. So I think this is great that China's kind of slowly opening up the borders and allowing for more people to actually come and see for themselves. And for the people that haven't come, I guess the question is, would you consider it? Especially seeing other people that have recently come, putting out videos within the last few months saying, wow, it's amazing. And if not, why wouldn't you come? Leave a comment below and let me know why you would come or why you wouldn't come. And I want to say thank you to the members, because I really appreciate that we have some members on this channel. It keeps me motivated. I know that the videos have been a little bit sporadic because of the move that's going on, but I am still thankful that you guys are here. And to all the subscribers, I'm thankful that you guys are here. And everybody who comments, I'm really thankful for that, because it keeps me motivated. Again, sometimes I get caught up in life and the videos become a little bit of a task versus a thing that I really like. I want to get this done. But knowing that I have people who comment, knowing that I have people that are members, really keeps me focused and I try and get these videos out. Hopefully once we get moved, things will settle down and things will become a little bit more consistent. Probably won't, but I'm doing my best. So thank you for being here. If you like this video, or if you like the channel, be sure to give it a like, and if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.